This is really nice.
Right, shall I ask you questions or do you want to just start talking about what you have to say?
No, that's good. Are you rolling now?
Yeah, I think so.
Ask the questions and I'll improvise around.
Okay. Have you ever... how do you think your view of happiness has changed since you were younger?
I think when I was younger, you know, the things that make me happy now weren't relevant, in the sense that, like, obviously your life is simpler, so what makes you happy is going back home and having dinner with your parents, or like meeting your friends at the park, or playing football, or like your wounds and your knees start healing, you know, like little things like that. And then when you get older, the scale grows bigger. Then suddenly it's about doing well in your exams and you know, like going out for drinks, or getting over a relationship, or falling in love, or and it's a bigger scale thing, but it's the same amount of happiness.
What made you happy when you were younger? Oh wait, you've already said that. Yeah. What makes you happy now?
I don't know. That's the question that I was afraid of, because it's very complicated, I think, but it's also very simple, in the sense that it's a big scale, small scale thing, and you can have big things that make you happy, like if you're, you know, your friend just got over her boyfriend, so you're going out to celebrate, or again, you just did well with your exams, or you just got your student loan in and you're going out to buy some clothes, or big things like that. And then you can have like small things, like living away from home. What makes me really happy in a very specific thing is when I get on the plane to go back to Greece and the plane has just landed, and I know that it's over because I hate planes, and that I'm finally gonna be able to see my mom, and like I'm walking over to get her of the gates and I know she's gonna be there, you know, like small things like that. Or when I go back home after a long time and I know that she has made her favorite food, and then I'm gonna see my friends and my dog. Or when exam season is over and you haven't seen your friends for a while and you're walking over to the pub and you know you're gonna see them. It's nice.
Oh, that was so cute. Have you ever struggled with being happy?
Sometimes, I think. It depends, you know, at the stage of your life. When I first moved here and I was all alone, I was very young, it was hard at moments because you have big bursts of happiness, and especially when you're young and you're going out a lot, like as I was when I first moved here again, and then suddenly when you're alone in your own room, you realize that, I don't know, this is gonna sound really sad, but obviously, I don't know, this is bad. You have to cut
no, this was
out.
really interesting. I keep going because I think that was.
I mean, okay, I'm
quite
gonna start again.
Yeah.
Ask the question again.
Have you ever struggled with being happy?
At times. I'm gonna say what I was saying before. When I was in first year of university, for example, and you do all those things that make you happy at that point, which is going out and taking drugs and drinking and whatnot, and you're meeting all those new people, and then at the end of the day you have to go back home, back in your own room, and you're sitting there and you think, like, fuck, I can swear, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, like, I miss my parents, I miss my friends back home, and I'm alone because I don't actually know these people very well. And then you have like the small moments of sadness between like big moments of excitement. So I think the happiness and sadness live very close together, and the line is very, 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 very thin, and it's very easy to go up and down. But I think the key to getting over that, at least for me, is realizing what is making you sad. And if you can't, if you're not sure what it is, ask for advice and ask for the people around you and rely on others, really. Because I think the mistake that a lot of people make, that I have made in the past, is that you don't trust people around you and you're afraid to ask. So.
That was a really good point. I like that. If you're ever feeling low, what would you do to cheer yourself up? Is it just the same kind of thing?
Well, I'd ask for help. I love asking for help. It's really nice. It always helps. Especially because it's the documentary like you're doing now. Everyone has different ways of overcoming something. So if you're sitting there, I'm sitting there and I'm having a low day and I'm not quite sure why, or I don't know how to cheer myself up, I'll just call my friends and be like, oh, what do you think I should do? You know, do you want to do something? Like, do you have any advice? Or even Google like things to do in your city and kind of get out of your house. It's the best thing. There has never there are very few times staying in your house when you're sad is helpful.
That's very good. That actually links in with some of the stuff I'm talking about in the documentary, so that is very
Exactly.
good. Sorry. What do you think you need to be happy?
It's as Ralph was saying before, there are the basic things, you know, food and some sort of, you know, stability in your life, either if it is money or friends or love. But then, you know, you could have one in excess and one missing, so it's all about balance and everything, you know what I mean? Because, and some things are more important than others, so you need to find the good things in every situation, you know what I mean? Because a lot of my friends and me, I'm going to give an example now, we get really down when we don't have a boyfriend, because this is the time in your life where everyone is out doing a couple of things and going to the pub together and like holding hands, and you're seeing people around you, you're like, oh, I'm missing this, like I don't have this. And it's the same thing with money. When you're really broke and your friends invite you out for a drink or for food, and you're sitting around looking at them having money, being able to spend it, you think, oh, like I can't do this. And that's, in those situations you have to think, yes, but I have something else and I'm gonna feed off of that, either if it's money or actual food or love or anything.
That's very good.
I feel like I'm straying away from the actual question, but it's fine.
No, like it's good though, because it'll all link in back together. Do you think counselling or therapy can help people become happier?
Definitely. It can help restore the balance, you know, in yourself. And a lot of the time, what I said about advice and asking for advice with your friends is not enough. That obviously, it's fine for everyday problems, but if you're going through something, and this can be used as a promotional skit for therapy, if you're going through something and you don't quite know what it is, and you wake up every day and you're not quite sad, but you don't have motivation for everything, go see a specialist. Nah. Then you can put in a number and be like, call 03305. No, but one more thing, it's very important to be brave enough to you know, accept it, because I think the moment you go to therapy, you're either gonna keep it a secret, so you're not gonna say it to anyone, or be open about it to people. And it's really scary, because there's one thing deciding to go to therapy, so you have to accept it for yourself, and there's another thing being able to turn around to people and say, oh, I'm going to therapy, you know, I need help, I'm going through something. And for all the people that have done it, I would all have to say well done, because it's really scary. It takes a lot of courage.
How does going to uni and working on projects or what like things affect your happiness?
You just feel accomplished, you know? You just feel like you've achieved something, and, you know, the more work, any work that you put into anything, no matter how daunting it is at the time, it's gonna make you feel good when you complete it. It's like exercising, you know, you're gonna go for a very long run, you're gonna feel great afterwards. You're gonna spend 100 hours doing an essay or a project, you're gonna feel great afterwards, you know. I think with that, especially with uni, it can go either way, because, you know, the workload makes people really depressed sometimes and makes them really anxious, so it doesn't work for everyone. For me specifically, I just had my exam today and I did really well. I'm really happy, so here you go. Very good example. But yeah, it doesn't work the same for everyone.
Do you think money and material possessions can make you happy?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lie if you say no, objectively, you know what I mean? Because if you have money, you can do things that make you happy. And if you have possessions, you can use them to be happy. And then nobody can lie and say that getting a new nice dress and wearing it outside for the first time doesn't make you feel confident. But it's like meditating. It's a tool that you use to either better yourself or to push yourself to be better, or leave your house, do things. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, capitalist, or it doesn't have to be evil. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be nice.
I think that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you very much.